Hello, Exiles. I am recording this here quite late at night. That's why I'm trying to talk very quietly. Uh, the new gem data for Path of Exile Crucible League has been released, and I was very excited to check out Vaal Domination. I'm here in front of you now because if you are a fan of the game, or more importantly, someone who plans on playing Dominating Blow, it really should be talked about what this gem means going forward, because... Good one. Oh, yes! It's so good. Let's look at it. Vaal Domination. I mean, just to say for starters, I love the name. I like that they kind of changed it, but this isn't about that. This is about the fact that it's 30 souls per use, whatever. Stores 3 uses. I wonder what the repercussions of that are. The first thing you're going to realize when you look at this is that it has a cast time. Luckily, they understand that Dominating Blow is a melee skill, and we probably don't stack a lot of cast speed. That said, incidentally, you probably will get a little bit, at least most people will. If you're a Templar or a Witch, you're going to get some cast speed on the way out when you're pathing. Now, let's talk about what makes this very, very exciting. And I don't just mean that really juicy Ascended Sentinels deal 200% more damage line of text. That's kind of what we expect from a Vaal skill. What we're looking at here is way, way more exciting than that. First of all, maximum 3. Okay. That would be kind of a downer, except that Ascended Sentinels do not count toward the regular limits. What this means is that if you have a maximum of 9, you can now have 12 with Vaal Domination in. Huge. Bigger than that, though. The base duration is 30 seconds. You get duration with this build. There's a minion cluster that gives you duration, specifically for general skills, I think a little bit, and then mostly for minion skills. That's going to get up a lot higher. We get 64% increased duration for our minions. So it's longer than 45 seconds. We'll say 50. Just, round it to 50, because 50 is about what it's going to be. Almost a minute. Almost a minute on a gem with a 20-second soul gain prevention. What that means for starters is that in mapping, having these things up 100% of the time is probably not going to be that hard. That's really good, considering they don't count towards the limit, they take 70% less damage, and they deal 200% more damage. There's some things I would never have counted Dominating Blow in for, like Crazy Deliriums. That might be an option now. These things are going to slap. Also, if you have 9 Sentinels of Dominance, and then you make 3 of these 3, theoretically, are going to do the same DPS as the 9. It's like 100% more. That's nutty. Just like when you say that out loud, you're like, what is happening? It is also important to note that it will maintain monster modifiers it acquires. This is twofold. Obviously, if it's a magic or rare sentinel, it's going to gain modifiers when you convert the enemy. However, because we run the behead support, at least in my build we do, a normal sentinel might steal a mod, and then it'll get it as well. Unfortunately, that doesn't have much implication in a boss fight, but it is kind of funny. More importantly than that, the duration is overridden. So it doesn't matter which sentinel you target, it is going to get that full 50-second duration when you activate this. I just wanted to chime in here and say real quick, because I forgot and realized while I was editing, one of the big benefits of the way the Ascended Sentinels of Dominance work is that if you get a very beneficial buff, like haste or allies deal extra physical damage, you can use the Vaal Domination on it to extend that buff for 50 seconds with this effect. I would actually say, just looking at this, what we needed before in the old days for like max performance was a Phantasmal Dominating Blow. This is kind of hard to get, especially getting one that's a 2120. Getting a 2020 Vaal Domination is probably going to be just as good, if not better, on its own. And I believe it's possible to double corrupt a Phantasmal Dominating Blow and get a 2120 Vaal. 2120 Phantasmal Vaal Domination. That's a mouthful. But yeah, that's, I'll be honest, I hadn't really considered this a build for doing Ubers. In fact, I had to reply to comments already on the build guide saying that it wasn't really for that. But now that this is here, and because I do have some ideas for enhancing the build at the top end when you have a higher budget, well, I'm going to be streaming this league, and I'm going to look into it. There's going to be follow-up build guides posted on the channel to track my progress, and I'm very much so hoping that I'm going to be able to tell people in a few weeks that there's a version of the build that does Ubers well. And I wasn't going to do that before, but looking at this, I think it's going to happen, because this is incredible. This is very, very strong. I was so excited for all the other Vaal skills. This might be my favorite Vaal reveal ever, and I think it would be even if I wasn't playing Dominating Blow. But I mean, I play Dominating Blow, so I actually understand it. It's just so good. This is insane. I'm like terrified they're going to nerf it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you everyone who said kind things about the build guide. And see ya on Friday, Exiles. Damn, I'm going to be checking every Vaal zone as soon as I get to zone level 27 or whatever it is.